Welcome back to my channel. And as always, if you're thinking about moving to Maryland, but not quite sure what county, city, or even suburb would best fit your family, well, today we're going to take you on a journey to the city of Bowie, Maryland, using Google Maps. This way you can see where Bowie is on the map. We're also going to take a look at that commute to the Baltimore-Washington International Airport. So if you're coming into town, you'll kind of know how to get around and get to the city. We're going to look at some of the roads as well, some of those major highways that take you into the city and the surrounding areas. But hey, stick around. You do not want to miss us talking about the major attractions in Bowie, Maryland. Then we're going to hop on over and we're going to check out some of those well-known restaurants. And last but not least, we're going to talk about those beautiful new community homes right there in Bowie. Bowie is a city in high demand. It was named one of the top 10 areas in Prince George's County to live, according to niche.com. And if you haven't seen my video on the top 10 areas, definitely check that out. So are you ready? Let's go. Oh, by the way, my name is Sabrina. I am your local Maryland and DC realtor. And if this is your first time to my channel, let me say thank you for being here. And look, if you want to know everything there is to know about living in Maryland and the surrounding counties, I'd love for you to like, subscribe, and tap that bell for notifications, because I actually make videos like this every single week. And I want you to be the first to learn everything there is to know about the current market right here in Maryland. I get calls, texts, and emails all the time from people just like you, looking to either move within the Maryland, DC area, or they're looking to relocate right here, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 30 days or in 3 months, I'd love to help you make that magical move to Maryland. So as I mentioned, we're talking about the coveted Bowie, Maryland today. So let's jump into the computer. Quick fact. Bowie is a city in Prince George's County, Maryland, just in case you didn't know. Per the 2020 census, the population was about 58,329. Bowie has grown from a small railroad stop to the largest municipality in Prince George's County, and the 5th most populous city and the 3rd largest city by area in the U.S. state of Maryland. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Okay, so let's jump right into the computer. So as you can see, I am drawing a circle around Bowie, Maryland. And forgive me, because I am certainly not an artist as it relates to my drawing. But you get the picture. This is Bowie, Maryland here. And you can see this is a pretty big city. Again, I talked about the population. In 2020, it was about 58,000, a little over. We're in 2025 now, so the population is probably closer to 60,000. But you can see if I zoom in, of course, there are a number of attractions and restaurants and new home communities in Bowie. Now, moving over here, you can see that the distance, and of course you can't really tell from the map, but I can tell you to Washington, D.C. from Bowie is probably about 40 minutes, a 40-minute drive, if that. And of course, depending on traffic, you also have Arlington, Virginia over in the area, the National Mall. We're also not far from the airport. Okay, so let's take a look at getting from BWI Airport, heading to Bowie, or, to the surrounding areas. And of course, BWI is the international airport here in Maryland. So if you're traveling, you're coming into town, you want to, rent a car maybe and drive to Bowie or to these areas, a couple of the main ways that we would use to get there. And again, once you're here, if you've been here for a while, you probably will have your own ways of getting around. But I'm going to show you just 3 quick ways of getting from the airport to the Bowie area. So of course you see here is the airport. I think one of the first ways, and maybe the kind of primary way that people will take, is you would take this 195 West. You could take 195 West, of course, and one of the main ways is taking 295. So 295 would take you all the way down here, and 295 is the Baltimore-Washington Parkway. And so again, I know I travel this way quite often when I go to the airport, but you would take 195 to 295 all the way down to 197.
And 197, pretty much that leads you right into South Laurel Bowie Road, and that would take you there. To me, that's the quickest, and as you can see on the map, it's about 32 minutes. A little over 21 miles. That is also depending on traffic, right? Another way that you could actually take it from BWI would be this way, and this is coming up on 170 North to 162, which is Aviation Boulevard. You would take that all the way and jump onto 97. So once you hit 97, you would go all the way down here. Right, I should have had my pen. You go all the way down, you would hit 3, Maryland 3, and here would take you to Racetrack Road, and that would take you right into the Bowie area as well. And that's the second way that you can go. You can also, and again, that's about 39 minutes, probably with no traffic, about 39 minutes. And you can also take this route, which is 195 West. Now, of course, this seems to be the longer route if you look at the miles. The timing you see could be the same. And the reason being is because depending on what traffic looks like in any of these areas, you may want to take a scenic route or another route actually to get to the Bowie area. Again, BWI, Baltimore-Washington Parkway, this is a 2-lane parkway. So I can tell you congestion sometimes is out of this world. So, you may want to take another route, but you actually can take, so here, you would actually take this right here, 195 West. You would take that to I-95 South. You would come down all the way down here. Come down. You would jump back on 295. Right? You would 295, that runs back into 197, and that would take you to Laurel Bowie Road. And so you could come right into the city that way. So those are 3 ways that you can get into the city. And again, once you get here, it's not as hard as it looks for sure. But I will tell you that sometimes this 295 route, again, can be really congested. So some people would rather take the areas around or the roads around to get to where they need to go. But it really just depends on you. Okay, so now let's talk about some of the access to Bowie, some of the ways you can get into Bowie. So here's a couple of kind of main highways that will get you into Bowie from some of the other cities or the surrounding areas. And the first one is 450, and 450 is Defense Highway, as you can see right here. And 450, of course, takes you right into Bowie, as you can see. 450 will take you right into Bowie as well. And you can see you can actually hit Annapolis from 450. So 450 is certainly one of the main highways into Bowie. You can also get to Bowie from 50. 50 is another major highway. That's the John Hanson Highway. That takes you right into Bowie as well. As you can see, 50. You can also get to Annapolis from 50. That takes you there. And let's look at where 50 goes as well. 50 can also get you over to Landover. As you can see, you can also head down to Northeast Washington. So you can head to the district as well, really by using Highway 50. Another one of the main highways to get into Bowie is 301. And that is Crane Highway. So 301 is a major highway. As you can see, that starts here. It doesn't start here, but 301 will take you into Bowie. But let's also look, because 301 takes you to other parts of Maryland, Upper Marlboro. You can also really head to Southern Maryland using 301. Southern Maryland, right down here, Brandywine. You can head right into Waldorf, White Plains, and La Plata using 301. So again, 301 is really a major highway as it relates to getting into Bowie and some of the surrounding areas. We also have Central Avenue, which is 214. So 214, of course, takes you right into Bowie as well. And last but not least, I talked about this coming from the airport, which is 197. That's Laurel Bowie Road. That will take you right into Bowie as well. So you can pretty much see there are a lot of kind of access points or highways and roads that will get you into Bowie. So really, there is no, worry too much about, how to get in and out of the city. There are a number of ways to get you where you need to go in the city. So if you're interested in parks and you have children, the White Marsh Park would certainly be a great place to visit. They have a playground, they have ball fields, you can actually bike and hike there. So this is definitely somewhere, that you can take your children to, and it's right in the Bowie area. So another main attraction in Bowie is the Bel Air Mansion. Now, if you are a history buff and you want to know everything there is to know about Bowie in the earlier times, you definitely want to check out the Bel Air Mansion. So when I tell you that Bowie has a number of parks, so again, if you have family that really like the outdoors, Bowie is certainly a great place for that. Let's take a look at Allen Pond Park. Allen Pond Park, another well-known park in Bowie. If you're talking about athletic fields or if you want to have picnics, even do a little fishing in the pond, they have trails, they have a skateboarding area, and they even have an ice rink. So again, Allen Pond, they also look at movies in Allen Pond. I've been out there several times before in the past, and you would be able to, watch movies out there. So again, really, really nice park. And they have several. We won't take a look at all of them, but just wanted to make sure you saw that Bowie certainly has areas if you have children and really want to get out into the parks. But let's take a look now at Bowie Town Center. Now, if we're talking about shopping, if we're talking about, for groceries, for clothes, if you're talking about restaurants, even some of your nice bars or lounges are right there in Bowie Town Center. So again, the magic can happen with family and friends and entertaining, right there in Bowie Town Center. A great, great place. It has well over 70 well-known stores and restaurants in Bowie Town Center. So again, great place to do all your shopping. You don't have to go out into some other areas if you don't want to, because you have it right there. And just to name a few of these eateries, when I tell you they have everything that the palate would want. If you're into charcoal or charbroiled chicken, they have the DC Charcoal Chicken restaurant right there in Bowie. They also have a Rips Country Inn. And now if you're interested in all the American food, your steaks and all of the things that you like would be right there. They have Carrabba's. So if Italian is what you have a taste for, then you have a place right there in Bowie to get your Italian food. They also have great, it's called BBU Kitchen Bowie, and that's a soul food place. So if you're into soul food and you like your soul food, they definitely have this. They also have a place called Smoky Bones Bowie. So again, if you love that charbroiled or that grilled or that barbecue taste, that may be a great place for you to check out. But again, Bowie has so many of the different restaurants in the area. You really can't go wrong. If you like Asian food, they have something, the Ishiban Sushi Asian Bistro. I absolutely love that. Awesome restaurants right there in Bowie. So much for you to check out. Okay, so as I mentioned, we are now going to take a look at some of the new construction communities in Bowie, Maryland. Now, I will do a video on these, kind of an in-person video, so you can really get the idea of what some of these homes look like. Of course, I've seen the homes, and when I tell you, many of them are absolutely gorgeous, and I am going to do a video to really show you what they look like inside in person. But today we're going to jump right into the computer, and we're going to take a look at kind of what you may be able to get, bang for your buck, or how much bread it will take you to get into some of these. Now, these start in the 400,000s, in the mid to high 400,000s, but they go well over $1 million. So let's take a look. So the first community we're going to take a look at is going to be Southlake Townhomes, and these homes are by Ryan Homes. And so this is where we're going to go first. Just want to show you where it is, as it relates to the city of Bowie. So it's down near the southern part of Bowie. Then we're going to take a look at, this is Amber Ridge. Now these are by Caruso. I tell you, I'm not an artist. Look at that drawing. But you get my point, right? And then we're going to go and hop over to, these are Mill Branch Crossing. These here, this community, and this is by Stanley Martin. And then last but not least, we're going to take a look at Fairview Manor. And these homes here by Caruso, then these are the Estate Series homes. So wait until you kind of see what those look at. So we're going to dive in first to Southlake. Okay, so we're at Southview. Now these homes here are starting in the mid 400,000. So probably about 465,000, would be your starting price for these townhomes here. And as I mentioned on the map earlier, is if you remember, you can see that 214, 301, 450, 50, these highways that get you, right into the city of Bowie. Let's look at what they have. So they have 3 different models here: the Mozart, the Strauss, and the Strauss Attic. And you can see the starting prices here where these homes start. Okay, this is the community. So of course this is the community center with the pool here, right here. And this is kind of, they call this pretty much a resort style community. And they say that because they're going to have, it's like a mixed use community or mixed use development. We call those MUDs sometimes. And what that means is they pretty much have everything you need in the community, right? You have your grocery stores and your shopping and your restaurants right there. And this is kind of what they're trying to, or what they are wanting to accomplish with this community. So of course you have, the community center with the pool. This here will be the shopping center, and this is coming soon this year. Well, they will have a Giant, a Home to Suites by Hilton, coffee shop, tropical smoothie, Panera bread sheets, and of course a few other things as well. Some of this is already opened, but yeah, this is what that mixed use community mean, or the resort style community. And so yeah. Just a couple of pictures of what it may look inside. This is the area view of the community. As you can see, these are the highways that can get you right to the city, the DC area, and even Virginia. But yeah, pretty nice community right here. These are the elevations and what the front of the homes look like. And of course, these are not garaged on the front load, they're on the back. Dog trails close to the parks and the stadiums. But really nice community. Now we're going to jump over and we're going to take a look at Amber Ridge. Then these homes are by Caruso. So of course a different builder, a different style, sometimes depending on, they're all in Bowie, but just really the amenities or the style and the, what they put into these homes, and I guess the craftsmanship makes a big difference. So these are starting at $535,000. These are front load townhomes, as you can see, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2.5 to 4.5 bath, with a square footage of 2395 to 3314. So again, these are different. It's a different maybe feel for, different feel, but again, beautiful townhome. But let's take a look at kind of what these would look like inside for that 500 plus. As you can see, you may, the craftsmanship may be a little different for you, so you can kind of see high end, really nicely put together. Square footage, of course, larger, and you can tell from the openness of the pictures, but really great space. I really like the way these townhomes look as well. But just a quick, look at what they, what you would get for spending in the mid 500,000s in Bowie, Maryland. You see of course, a larger deck, a little different than what you just saw. But again, the other one was really just as nice, right? But it depends on what you want. This is larger, maybe a little grander than what you saw before, but really nice homes overall. Now let's go take a look at Mill Branch Crossing. These are Stanley Martin homes here. And so let's take a look at what you get for the price point of starting at $494,000 here. Now these homes, here's a little bit about the community here. So they have an elementary, a middle, and a high school that's in close proximity. They talk about some of the neighborhood highlights here as well. Low maintenance, you choose your bedrooms, of course, close to shopping, and about 20 miles from Washington, DC. And so they also have a couple of models here. You see the Jenkins starting at $494, the Heartland starting at $538, and they also have another Heartland model starting at $563. So let's take a look and see what some of these look like here. So again, you see some of these are front load as well, 2-car garage front load, as well as the 1-car garage. You see the terrace deck here. This is the inside of the homes. They have, of course, the tot lots. And this home has just the bike trails, their future playgrounds, and dog parks in this community as well. Harris Teeter close by. So again, you see, this is the Bowie Town Center we talked about, where all the stores and the shopping. So all of these communities are really close to Bowie Town Center, which is really great. So you don't have to go far for your shopping at all. But again, this is another, also you have, public transportation that's not really far by. So again, this is another one of the communities, the new construction communities in Bowie as well. But last but not least, let's take a look at the Fairview Manor estate homes by Caruso. And so these are the estate homes by Caruso. And the price of these homes are starting at $1,069,000. Yes, big difference. So we jumped from the 4s and the 5s, and we're in the $1 million mark. But you will see why. You take a look at the estate homes, absolutely gorgeous. And let's jump into some of these pictures here. So of course, look at this here. We have the coffer ceilings, open floor plan, absolutely beautiful. You see the luxury master baths, the gourmet kitchens, bedrooms with the sitting rooms, absolutely gorgeous. There's another elevation, the entry. Wow. The 2-story vaulted family room. I mean, these homes, as you can see, I don't have to say much. You see the difference. You see what you get with these homes, and you see why the price is as it is. But again, I just wanted to really take you on a quick tour of what you can get in what price range, just jumping into the computer, and to give you a little bit more information about Bowie, Maryland, and what Bowie, has to offer